Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nathan Gaming, where today we are continuing our journey in Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Alright, so last we left off, it was pretty uneventful for the most part. We are a commander of a we're Astra Militarum commander. Don't remember the exact rank. We were summoned onto a rogue trader ship, and we met Theodora von Valencia. And in our meeting, we discussed about how people were selected for the position of being chosen as the new heir to the proverbial organization or quote unquote position for being the new rogue trader for the Von Valencia conglomerate, right? And as things panned out, right? So prior to our meeting, we encountered assholes. We encountered servitors going rogue, and then afterwards, after our meeting with Theodora, we were ambushed by heretics, and after slaughtering the crap out of them, well, technically I killed one, but the rest of them slaughtered the shit out of them. We then had a plan to then go try and cover our bases a bit, weed out the heretics from the ship. But then as things went on, as things progressed, me and Vogtavir or Viogdafir, I don't even remember anymore. I'm not good with names. We were tasked to go and guard the warrant of trade, and as a result, I was betrayed, stabbed in the back, quite both literally and figuratively, and I was brought before the vault, for the warrant of trade. And because it can only be accessed by someone who is a direct heir of the Valencia bloodline, I ended up having to be the one to open the door because Vogdavir couldn't do it, because despite the fact that he's blood related to Valencia, he was perverted by demons, and so his blood no longer works for the door, but my blood should do so. But it turns out that upon entering the vault, I realized that not only was I a heir who was able to access the vault to the warrant of trade, but I was also somebody who apparently has such a direct access, I guess, who has such an established connection to the Valencia family bloodline that I had more. Actually, it doesn't necessarily make any sense, but for some reason I have more access to the warrant and also to the ship mechanisms than even Valencia herself does sometimes, apparently. Or at least that's how it seemed like it was established, but I have no idea. Anyways, that's kind of where we're at. And afterwards, Vogdafir fucked off after I had destroyed all of his armed men. And, then fucking, what's his face? A Benescal, an Benescal guy, I believe his name was Albert? I don't remember. He shows up to kind of get assess the situation, of course. Apparently, the warrant servitor, the floating skull, apparently had broadcasted my position, and so he responded. And upon checking upon the situation, he saw me, he saw that the vault was open, and so we had a bit of a chat, and then we were ambushed by heretics. We took care of the heretics, and that's pretty much where we're at. Albalar, that's what it was. Alright. But yeah, pretty much that's where we're at. Defeated enemies have no further need for their former belongings, but you could discover valuable trophies among them. On defeated enemies to inspect what's left. Trophy collection window. Go to your inventory. Such items can be used or equipped by characters. Items on the left are packed up as cargo and sent to your ship, which can later be used to trade with various factions. Neat. That's actually kind of nice. You can move trophies from one side of the window to the other side by clicking the left mouse button on them or by dragging them over. Alternatively, you can use buttons at the bottom to mass transfer all items from cargo to your inventory and vice versa. Neat. A sword. He's got a chain sword. Yeah, he doesn't need that. Oh, did I just collect everything? I just need the one, please. Alright.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure. Is it in his inventory? It is not. Are they only trophies? Huh? Where'd the weapon go? I had a sword. Where'd it go? The hell? That is so odd. What happened to it? I literally took a sword out of cargo. Oh, this is the enemy's inventory. That's what happened. Okay, let's collect it. That was so weird. Okay. There we go. Neat. I always like the versatility of a melee weapon and a pistol. I always have a backup plan.
Can we switch back to somebody else? Here is a map of your void ship. It consists of several parts, between which you can travel. Some parts are not available, but over time your character will be able to access them. Click the left mouse button on the active part of the void ship. So this is going to be my void ship. Yeah, it's very clear that I'm going to be taking over, isn't it? The Coronis Expanse is a little studied area, something.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Oh, I see the void sinking in.
Sanctum is directly along the passageway. I pray to the God Emperor that we are not too late.
It's a psyker.
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Fascinating.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
Well, she's going mad. That makes sense because she's a psyker, but that also begs another question. So, is this the navigator? Doesn't seem like it.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Yeah, sorry, just messing with it. You know, thought I'd get out of the way of the text a little bit. Alright. The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper, its claws scraping against the walls of your mind as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valencius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
We must see if the navigator is well.
Oh no. No, 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 no. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Fascinating. Okay. Idira, I don't even remember her name anymore, has joined your party, which now consists of several characters. To select one character, click on the left mouse button on their portrait. To select multiple characters, hold and drag a box around them. To select the entire party, issue commands to all your characters at once, press backspace. You want me to... I'm not gonna ask. A piece of pipe left noticeable dents in the floor. Let's see, I'm gonna try something here. Graphics. I'm gonna try putting everything on high. I want to see how... much I can mess around with the game. I see. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna go with every frame. Ultra quality. Apply. That looks a lot better, actually. And the sound's gone.
Is there money to be made?
Actually, give me a second. Alright, we're back. Let's get to it. Okay, let's see here. So this door should lead inside, but I'm thinking... Is there anything over here? Oy, oy, oy. Alright, nothing over here. Hurry, destroy this field. Don't keep our master waiting.
Keep your wits about you. Your demise is already calculated.
Prepare for battle. Get your characters into position. Alright, Abelard. I wish you had been a little bit further closer in, but whatever. Abelard's going first anyways. Alright.
A tactically sound approach.
Alright. Adira's abilities is a Psyker and an Operative. As an Operative, she can study opponents and identify their weaknesses, and her Psyker abilities allow her to deal damage to them. Analyzing enemies is an Operative ability which applies the Exploit effect to all enemies within the Operative's line of sight. At the start of each of the Operative's turn, the Operative can also use this ability against a specific enemy to inflict several stacks of this effect. The higher the Operative's intelligence bonus is, the more exploit stacks will be afflicted. Whenever the Operative hits a target with an exploit applied to them, the attack deals additional damage. Interesting. That's what I thought it would do. Whenever the Operative hits a target with an exploit ability applied to them, the attack deals additional damage. The amount of extra damage depends on the target's number of exploit stacks and the Operative's perception. Exposed weakness. If an Operative ability which they can use against a single enemy who is under the exploit effect, this ability reduces the enemy's dodge and parry and armor. The amount of reduction depends on the number of active exploits on the enemy. It is armed with a special staff that allows a Psyker to unleash a psychic power against enemies. In the future, you will encounter staves that only a Psyker versed in a certain discipline can use. For example, you might find a staff that lets a Psyker use Inferno, but to do so, they must have the Pyromancy Psychic discipline to learn. Alright. That's Strike. That's Lightning Arc. Forewarning. The Psyker increases the target's dodge and parry by 10% until the end of combat. Alright, they've been hit with that. Alright, 3 stacks of exploit. Nice.
On it.
There we go.
Be gone.
There's a lot of versatility with Psykers, it seems. Alright.
Let's get to it.
Crush the feeble.
You can use the hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended actions in combat before taking them. Click left mouse button on any accessible cell on the battlefield to place the character's hologram there. Select an ability or a single shot attack to see the expected outcome. The action will be displayed as if used from the hologram's location to let you assess whether you have picked an effective position for the action you are planning to take. The hologram also lets you see if the enemy will be within your line of sight after you move to the selected cell. Left click again to confirm your choice and execute the selected action. Right mouse button anywhere on the battlefield or press the escape key to cancel. Got it. I see the hologram effect. Okay. Alright. Chances of hitting are low. What if I choose a different weapon? It's a burst rate fire pistol. Oh, interesting. But I can hit multiple targets at once, which is kind of nice. But it has a better hit range if I just focus it on a particular target. That's some interesting versatility. Let's see here. I think I'll switch weapons though. 5 to 7. 5 to 7. Ah, I need to get a 7 to kill him. 6 to 8. I don't know if I want to cleave. I think I'm going to choose... I think I will choose the run and gun.
Who if not me?
I do not like the way that it breaks the audio. I did try to adjust the way the fan on my computer might be taking away energy from the CPU and see if maybe that was the cause, but no, that's not doing anything. Oh well. I'll just go ahead and move forward. I'm not sure if I want to cleave or if I just want to hit it. Just want to shoot him or something. Let's see, if I move over here, I could probably get a better shot of that guy. The likeliness of me hitting him, though, is going to be debatable. This is bound to hit, though. Does that only work for gun? Their next attack costs 1 AP less and does not count towards the attack limit. Okay, so it's just an attack in general. In that case... and this way I have a line of sight on him.
I'll see to...
Nice. But I like the chances of me hitting this guy this way. You know what? I'll take it.
I'll make it out. Another enemy down.
Nice. Alright. What is this? Veil Degradation. When Psychers reach deeper into the warp to power their abilities, there is always a chance of the Empyrean bleeding into our reality. A factor that is invariably destructive and damaging. Veil Degradation usually starts at 0. Veil Degradation increases by 1 for each use of minor psychic power, and by 3 for each use of a major psychic power. It decreases by 1 each round. Interesting. So there's also a limitation because we're in the warp. That's interesting to know. Alright. Then I guess that's it for this character's turn. Nice. The warrior moves in a straight line and launches a melee attack against any target. The warrior... this attack does not count toward the limit of the warrior's attack per turn. There must be at least 2 free cells between the warrior and the target to use charge. Okay, so because he's there, I can't use it. But if I move over here... Yeah, it looks like I could use it. Not a suitable path to reach the target.
I'm not interested. Someone else can do this.
Target is too close. I am not sure how this ability works.
My place is at the fore.
Okay, so that's how that works.
Reduced to dust.
We almost got it. Your character just landed a critical hit that deals increased damage equal to the character's critical damage state. Character's critical damage is 150% of their normal damage by default. However, certain talents and effects and abilities can increase it, which is added to their characters. Interesting. Okay, let's put an end to you. This is likely to hit. I'd rather just use something basic, right? Now that I know that bit of information from earlier.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
There we go. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the two dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut. To the two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead. Damn. This guy's going through it, ain't he?
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead. But the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
That's an interesting way to look at it. Give Aval a harder pointed look. Address Adira. What is wrong with him? Approach. Address the navigator. Address Adira. What is wrong with him?
Wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
Your time is short.
The navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under the closed lid of the third eye and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. The voice is coming from the Vox grill at the base of the bizarre chair. It is unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. You are in need of help. We have to get you out of that chair.
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Suddenly, the navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurches forward and then falls back onto the seat, then thrusts forward again as its bones crack and its skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than these wild impetuouses, I guess. The mutant remains seated but leans as forward as he can, his layered raiment slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous, screaming mouth-like pits. Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn. He's got possessed.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Adira's screams is echoed by the silenced cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of corruption.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your soul with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
The navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fit stops abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle into a stream mixed with the blood coming out of his nose, and there is purplish swelling around the eye.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
I want to help you. Tell me how.
Run. The sanctum will be sealed. I will hold it off. Hold on. And wait for the signal from the Master Helmsman. Then I will commence the translation. So, run. Run.
Who torments you?
The Edge. Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, the shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the Edge of Daybreak by the Bringer of Twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
Fascinating. Each word rings through your head like the tolling of the bell, as if countless voices have joined in, screaming into your ears. For a moment you lose your bearings. This unholy chorus must be trying to confound you with the sounds not meant for this world. What is that supposed to mean?
A rite. A sacrifice offered. Oh. My heart tells me that Kunrad was not deterred by his defeat in the warrant chamber.
What? Kunrad betrayed Lady Theodora? Oh, but how is that? How? He was as loyal as a dog. And I didn't hear a thing, I swear.
The footfalls of the Bringer of Twilight are veiled by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. She who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer.
I cannot bear to see his agony any longer. I would rather put an end to it.
You can't! It's only thanks to Master Vespidas that we're still alive. If he falls, this whole ship is doomed. Let him do his duty. You know it's the last thing he'll ever do. If he lasts that long.
The navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespidas, good luck. And thank you.
The navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed eyelids, and the box at the base of the chair is bellowing out static interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I will lead us to fortune.
Actually,
Look no further.
you probably should be the one in front. Actually, wait a minute. Wait, what? Alright, Heretic Psyker. Alternative weapons. In combat, a character may need to use different kinds of weapons, which can be prepared in advance. Open your inventory and prepare different weapon sets. To switch to a different weapon set in combat, press X. Swapping weapon sets in combat does not cost action points. Good.
Let us not dawdle.
Nothing else in this room? Does not seem like it. Alright. Alrighty, let's see here. Five, 7. 6, 9. I do believe I quite like the sword. I'll keep it. Scrappy autogun. Lightning arc, lightning arc. It's about the same abilities. Not really much else. Yeah. It's not really worth using. Alright, so, moving on. I'll give you an autogun. Three, 5, 5, 7. I'll keep the las gun. There we go. All right.
I always keep my options open.
The door does not budge. Clots of viscous flesh have entangled the metal, sealing the door shut. Wait, do we have to seal a chamber literally? No, I'm not seeing anything like that.
I have a nose for profit and the taste for adventure.
Let me see here. Alright, 1 second. Yeah, there we go. Adjusting my fans again. Alright, nothing about this is working.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Is the private haven of the ship's guide through the warp and a death trap for anyone left inside? After the translation to the Imperium.
Only the slight movement of his chest and the twitching of his eyelids let you know that he is still clinging to life. I guess we go to the officer's deck again. I don't know if that's where we came from, though. Oh, here we go. Damn. He got murdered.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
It's a battle, sister.
Somebody shoot this.
Shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my emperor.
Argenta. The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hands, and, for a brief moment, it seems she is not going to stop, and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Just who are you to be so brazen about your inquiries? I shall introduce myself after you do the same. Cornelius von Valencius, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
The Seneschal is right. There is no time for talk. I am no traitor. Sister, you can be sure of that. Do not even think to insinuate that I am one of the traitors. I will not let such an affront slide. The Seneschal is right. There is no time for talk.
Very well. We may leave it at that. For now. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic!
Lore, Imperium succeeded. What is a warrior of the Adepta Sororitas doing aboard a rogue trader ship? Your orders serve the Ecclesiarchy, do they not? What is a warrior of the Adepta Sororitas doing aboard a rogue trader ship? Your orders serve the Ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
What is happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
Who are these people with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
By a right of blood. Alright. Oh look, another las gun. Well-maintained las gun. It shall be useful. Collect it all. You have received new and more efficient weapon for your character. To upgrade your equipment, open the inventory. You can either hold and drag the item, double-click. Often in your travels, so do not forget to update your equipment in order to make them more powerful. She made quite an entrance getting in here. I'm gonna want to equip that before I do anything else. Let's see what her shit looks like. Let's see, Unfading Valor. It is a bolter. Solid projectile.
Keep your wits about you.
With fire and vigor, our Emperor, imbue us!
Your Emperor won't save you!
Of course. Anyways. Keep you in the back, of course. Put my goofy ass behind cover. I didn't really check to see what kind of character type she was. But I'll keep her right here to protect myself just a little bit. Actually, I'll put her here. Alright, start battle. Missed!
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Types of cover. Full and partial covers give you the opportunity to avoid enemy attacks. Full cover indicates by a skull and a shield. Reduce the chance to be hit by 60%. Partial cover reduces it by 35%. At the same time, the chance to hit a character behind cover may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Some covers can be destroyed by melee attacks, area attacks, and other abilities. Destructible cover has durability bar above it. Single shot can penetrate through any cover. Hmm.
On it. It's as good as done. Your end was inevitable.
That one didn't hit. Oh, does that mean it'll hit right through him? I think it does.
You never stood a chance.
Interesting.
I serve the ruinous powers!
I've suffered worse.
No can do.
Unavailable.
That is not my destiny. I'm not so sure.
Wait, have they already been hit by this? I don't remember hitting them with it. I don't remember hitting them with that. Okay. Analyze enemy? Why not?
Will do.
No, now they have a bigger stack of it, though.
No can do.
That is too far. Ah. How close do I need to be?
Cover me! Be gone!
Ah, neat. Okay. We got more enemies. Who's next on the pecking order of things? Argenta is, in that case.
Anything is?
Such is the will of chaos!
Chaos guides me! Death to the weak!
Argenta's abilities. Argenta is the warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas and a soldier. She is an expert with burst range weapons and weapons that deal damage in an area. Another of Argenta's strengths is her mobility in combat. Run and gun is a unique soldier ability. Using it grants the soldier an extra movement point and reduces the cost of their next attack by 1 action point. The soldier will also suffer a negative 10% penalty to their ballistic skill for this attack. Run and gun also allows the soldier to perform an additional attack with a ranged weapon, which is a handy tool if you want to make more than one attack with them on their turn. Revel in Slaughter is a soldier ability which can be used once for each 3 enemies of the soldier kills in a single battle. It is a soldier ability which can be used once for each 3 enemies the soldier kills in a single battle. Each activation of this ability increases the soldier's ballistic skill, critical hit chance, and critical damage. This effect stacks and lasts until the end of combat. Certain types of weapons let you make burst attacks. Unlike single shots, burst requires you to select a direction rather than a specific target. Burst attacks are particularly effective against clusters of enemies. When performing a burst attack, the character fires several successive shots in different directions. Most of these shots are concentrated in the center of the selected attack cone. More enemies there in the center of this area, the more of them will be damaged. If the attack is successful, all shots fired after the first one are less accurate. Alright. Grants momentum equal to 6. This ability also grants an additional 3 momentum for each enemy that is either in a 5-cell radius around the sister of battle or was hit by her this turn. Hits a demon or chaos cultist, the additional amount of momentum doubles.
This is unacceptable.
Adjacent to the character.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Alright. Now he's gonna attack her if I move. Alright, in that case.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, each strike is a prayer.
Damn!
Doubt is for the weak.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Chaos guides me.
Just a minor setback.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Out of my way.
Alright, he's taking some damage.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Who even taught you to fight like this?
I forgot about the friendly fire. You can use a medikit to restore your party members' wounds in battle, treat an injury, or get rid of certain negative effects. If the character has a medikit equipped, its icon will be displayed on the bottom of the left screen. Of the screen.
Open a medikit by double clicking on it. No, okay. Can't do anything right now. Alright. Can't do anything with my character right now.
I'll see to it personally.
Death to non-believers!
Alright. That'll hit him too. Don't want that.
What an unfortunate turn of fate. On it.
Let's see. He's already got one. Does it stack?
Anything else?
It does not stack. Got it. All right.
Faith without deed eradicated.
Damn. Let's see. If I were to use this though. Okay. Ah, damn. He's not even that close. Just out of reach.
At your beck and call.
But at the very least, it keeps him moving. %. It's not good enough.
Who if not me?
I have a better chance here. I'll try and take it.
Taking calculated risk is in my second nature.
Nice. Alright. We did it. And we didn't need to use a medikit for that. Even better. An exact replica of the Von Valencia void ship sits on the pedestal. Labels indicates the fucking whatever. Main compartments and decks of the vessel. Take it all. Alright. Anything else in this room? Not really.
I always have a backup plan.
Alright, we have a scrappy auto gun. 3 to 5, same shit. And a sword, same shit. There we go.
Failure is
It
just
won't open. The damned heretics have blocked the door, trembling at the thought of our approach.
Skill test with items. In order to open locked doors, clear rubble, coerce machine spirits, and overcome other challenges, you can also use consumable items. To open the door in front of you, use a melta charge. On a successful demolition skill test, the door will be blown apart, allowing you to proceed. She did do that when she got introduced, didn't she?
There's probably one around here somewhere.
Required 1. The machine spirit is no longer paying power through the mode of force. Did you get one? No, it doesn't look like it. I don't know where I would get one. Maybe one of the crew members would know.
Is there money to be made?
Hmm.
The Emperor sets my path. Let's proceed.
I don't know where I would find one. interactions with environment. To open a jammed door, click on the icon. Characters with the highest tech use will make it through the skill test. Bad result of a tech use test can cause the door to become permanently stuck and impossible to open. How unfortunate.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Let's see. Your character is about to make a tech use skill test. In a dialogue and during exploration, you'll have to make various test skills, and their results might determine how successful your character's efforts are. Oh. Make hidden dialogue options appear or reveal new information. The success of the test is determined by rolling a 100-sided die. Each skill test has a difficulty of up to 100, including negative values. To succeed, you must roll a value equal to or less than the sum of both the stated difficulty and the value of the skill used for the test. For example, if you're attempting a test with difficulty of -10, your character's tech use skill score is 40. 40 minus 10 equals 30. Okay. Therefore, to succeed on the tech use skill test, you must roll 30 or less. Any result above will mean failure. So I have to get lower values. That's fascinating. Rock. Note that difficulty is calculated from greater to lower values. The greater the difficulty value, the easier it is to pass the test. It is easier to succeed on a difficulty of 40 test than on a difficulty of 10. The higher a character's skill score, the easier it is for them to succeed on tests. Skill scores depend on the character's respective character scores, on level ups, and any bonuses the character's equipment might offer.
Just as I planned. I always get the job done.
All right. Oh, operator's gloves. 3+ bonus to tech use. That's probably for me. Melta charges. That's what we needed.
This is intriguing.
Multi-key. Universal lock-picking tool provides an additional opportunity to open a lock and an expendable item. Man, there's a lot more shit than there was before. Holy crap. Anything else in here that I didn't see before? No? Okay. This body didn't get looted.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Holy crap.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I feel like I'm playing KOTOR again. This is giving me KOTOR vibes.
Over.
Oh man, look at Cornelius go. Get him, Cornelius. Alrighty. It's a lot of crap. So I'm not an operator. But it does give tech use, which is something I do tend to be very versed in for some bizarre reason. No, actually, not necessarily. At least not as much as some others. You know, I'll take it. I could be the tech specialist. Shotgun. Oh, for penetration. Three to 5. 3 to 4. All right. So now the real question, of course, is...
I better myself through my service.
Nice. Saving, game is saved, level up, achieved. Alright, what am I getting this time? Revel and Slaughter. Ah, this is that warrior ability that they mentioned. Removes the winded effect until the end of combat. The soldier gains the following bonus: 10 plus ballistics, 11 critical damage, 3% critical hit chance. Because of build for the soldier, kills 3 enemies. The kill counter is not reset between 3 rounds. Awesome. For the target, decreasing the target's dodge and parry and armor by 15. The warrior's next turn, all incoming damage by 2%, and the warrior gains a temporary wound bonus. Alright, so far so good.
I always keep my options open.
Over there!
Keeping the catch tag from its place and stacked in the rough assembly. Alright. I can't see a thing. I can't see. What is this? Did they shoot something? The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp of air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by an ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see a figure walk out of the fire toward you. It is Theodora von Valencia.
Are you lost, my heir?
Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so, for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword. The other is raised in an inviting gesture.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
Despite his commanding tone, Abelard does not sound too confident. He is staring at the rogue trader, and you notice a muscle in his cheek twitching. How did you get here? Aren't you in pain? This is impossible. Aren't you in pain?
Pain is but a reflection of one's weakness. To renounce weakness of spirit in pursuit of greatness is the only path to heights worthy of a rogue trader. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And an answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Abelard looks back at the coughing and confused people around you. Over the roaring flames, you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted, as if there were a body of water between you and them.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
Sometimes your character will have to make tough decisions based on their values, interests, and goals. Such decisions affect their convictions. This can develop in 3 directions: dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical. Each include 5 ranks. The higher the rank, the more zealously the character follows their convictions, and the more noticeably the world around them reacts to their actions and decisions. Promotion through the rank of each of 3 directions opens up access to new dialogue lines, events, and unique abilities, and also changes the attitude of others toward your character. Also, some items can only be equipped by characters with certain convictions. When one of the conviction branches reaches rank 3, Botari, it becomes the character's main focus. When that happens, the other 2 convictions branches cannot be raised above rank adherent. Your character's allies have convictions of their own as well. So this is interesting. Alright, so there are 3 paths that you can choose in the game. 3 alignments. And whatever alignment you choose, that becomes your character's overall conviction. It becomes their ideal, essentially. And so you have to figure out what path you want to follow and then pursue that path to the fullest, essentially. You could either be dogmatic, heretical, or iconoclast. And I don't know what iconoclast is, but I can already have an idea what dogmatism is. But we'll see here. Let's see, let's look at our options, shall we? Dogmatic. Walk through the fire. The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. Heretical. Accept the offer of help. Take my pain away and give me power. Iconoclast. Get the people off the bridge. I will not leave my people in harm's way. I'm gonna go with Iconoclast. You look away, and the illusions break. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn, and the voices of the people beyond the shroud of smoke grow stronger and hopeful.
Once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors in your determination, you completely forget about Theodora. And when you turn your head, you see nothing but the bellowing fire. Back, fall back, we will go around.
Where did it go? The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
There's a door here. We're gonna have to go through it, huh? Blocks the path. Crash the platform?
Just as I planned.
Oh, interesting. We created our own path using ballistics. Fascinating. Get him, Cornelius.
Always get the job done.
Deck officer's helmet. 50% of Mechanicus creation cargo. Grants 5% armor. There we go. 5% armor. You know what? Actually, he's the one in the front lines. He should have the helmet. Okay, so this is the elevator. Do we want to take the elevator down? We cannot take the elevator down. Okay, good to know. Well, anyways, we have our path now.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
You led your people out of the fiery trap on the officer's deck and arrived too late to rendezvous with Edelthrad. Oh, interesting. This was part of the decision's consequence. Oh, that's fascinating. Okay, so it really does have actual consequences. So that's interesting. This game is fascinating. I think I'm going to enjoy this a lot.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak. Without us.
She's got a point.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
Then we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier. I just said head to journal. What the hell? Separate lift to Theodora von Valencia's personal quarters. Officer's deck. I guess that's where we're heading then. Alright. On the move, it seems.
Rush not dawdle.
Actually, where does this lead? Doesn't this lead over there? Oh yeah, this is the elevator, but this is the elevator that they use to get to the warrant. Generator hums softly. When you draw closer, your skin begins to tingle from the static charges. Ah, it's blocked off.
I always have a backup plan.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Would you look at that?
I'm kind of curious what that means. What are all these doors and where do they go? This clearly does not serve as a stateroom. The generator's machines and crew-to-wall paneling indicates that it is a maintenance module room rather than an area for receiving guests.
Is there money to be made?
Machine right set, Lex mechanic goggles for logic. Let's see. Why not? Actually, no, she uses logic, right? Awareness. Nope, alright. I'll just wear it. Plasma conduits blaze with energy capable of powering a vast void ship. I'm assuming this is the engine room, or something akin to it. Lord Captain's quarters. So far, so good. I don't know if I'm gonna complete this particular series, but I definitely am enjoying it so far. Reach the secret lift. Find Theodora von Valencia. Valencius.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Let's see, nothing in this room. Damn, her bathroom is fucking immaculate. Damn, she dead. Helm of the devoted protector, dogmatic follower. Oh, okay, fascinating. We just found our first gear that requires a certain type of, So he's dogmatic. Yeah, what's his stats? Requires dogmatic follower. This helmet grants its wearer immunity to critical hits for the first 3 rounds of combat. That's pretty good, actually.
I shall give you the helmet now. Hang on. Is this one-handed? Should be, yeah. That's pretty badass. Sword in one hand and a chainsword in the other. What a boss. I think we're good here. Items and convictions. You have found an item that can only be equipped by characters of a certain conviction rank. You can open the character menu to see which conviction your characters follow. Note that both your character and their companions have their own convictions. You can check what conviction a character adheres to on the Convictions tab in the character menu. Convictions change in direction and rank based on how the game's story develops and during important plot decisions. Oh, so even they are susceptible to having their ranks change and evolve too. As they should. Bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board. The light and smooth surface of the object is dotted with some nonsense. It's dotted with dark spots and crumbling holes.
Keep your wits about you.
Not seeing anything in this room. It looks like a treasure room. I mean, go for the obvious, right? But we're taking our time with this. The parlor organ seems to have been sitting idly for many years. Nothing behind here. There is a safe. Gains a 10 bonus to Commerce and Lore Imperium. I mean, why not? I'm technically going to be the rogue trader here anyways. Oh, I could just change it with the... Okay. Good to know. I don't have to constantly use my mouse middle button to do it. The murder scene looks like something cut out of some whatever. Theodora von Valencius. Valencius's body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
The Sister of Battle surveys the scene, her gaze lingering on the arch-militant's body. Devout warriors who serve as militant arm of the Adeptus Ministorum. Yeah, I figured.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
No. Lord Captain. Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
Say nothing. Almost certainly he loathed Theodora. I doubt it. They would have wished to humiliate and suffer upon Theodora, not a swift death. That is true, isn't it? I doubt it. Vogue de Veer wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
Is that Morns who's dead over here? That kind of does, doesn't it?
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Examine Theodora's body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one at the face. At that, Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise. The last emotion she experienced in life. Surprise. So she was betrayed. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood splattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered around the floor. Adira, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see something through the killer. Inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It has handwritten letters signed with the initials XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Adira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
You cannot tell if Argenta's remark is directed at the glass shards or Adira herself. I wouldn't be surprised if it's both. Adira, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
That's actually a good point. No sense drawing the demons to you when we're already in the warp and things are already kind of fucked up as it is. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, these shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium. Examine the arch-militant's body. An auto-pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. The safety on the arch-militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no! I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Vogdafir who did it. I mean, considering that by this point, she wasn't aware that it was him who had betrayed us, but also at the same time, it could have been anyone. By the fact that she had a surprised expression on her face, combined with the fact that Mort only just took the safety off, it was clear that whatever happened in a quick succession. Right? It's likely that Theodora was talking to someone in the same room. They were conversing about the situation. He fucking kills her. Mort, shocked and surprised by this, immediately tries to turn and kill him in return, and then he turns around and kills Mort quicker and much faster than he could, do anything about it. So that's my going theory based off the evidence here. And if that's the case, the question is, who has that same level of trust? The only other suspect outside of Ogdafir is Adelthrat. And if it's not Adelthrat, I can't imagine who else it could possibly be. And Adelthrat was already kind of a dick as it was. I wouldn't be surprised if Ogdafir and Adelthrat have been working together since the very beginning. Plus, they were all supposed to meet at the elevator. All the evidence points directly to Adelthrat.
Here we go again.
Move over here. Start the battle. Armored body, glove, leather armor. Light and medium armor. Armor protects the characters from incoming damage. Light and medium armor types are both available to you at the moment. The armor stat indicates what percent of incoming damage from an enemy attack it can absorb. The type of armor also influences the chances that the character wearing it will pass a dodge test. The higher the dodge penalty, the lower the chance to dodge an enemy attack. A character in light armor dodges attacks more often, but takes more damage when hit. Medium armor absorbs more damage if the character is hit, but reduces their mobility and ability to dodge attacks. You have obtained heavy armor. Unlike light and medium armor, and heavy armor provides the ability to deflect damage. Deflection is a unique heavy armor stat that reduces damage taken by a specified flat amount. Heavy armor has a higher armor rating than medium and light armor, but also usually has a higher dodge penalty, making it hard to dodge an enemy attack while wearing it. Only characters with heavy armor proficiency talent can wear heavy armor. Alright. Abelard is up first. Combat Servitor is already partially broken. Wait a minute. What the hell is this guy's problem? Heavily damaged. Source. Duration. The Servitor is heavily damaged. Its damage, hit, chance, and wounds are greatly reduced. Alright, let's do it. Three to three? What does that mean? Oh, I see it. I see the damage on the health bar now. I think that would be nice if it was a little bigger. In fact, let me go into the options for a second and see if I can change that. It's interesting that there's a cooperative mode, though. I'll try and make it higher. Yes. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. Alright. So, charge is only going to do that much damage to him. This is going to do a lot more. This guy's a beefy boy, I guess.
It will be done. One fewer target.
It's just out of range. Let's see. He's right in the thick of it. Alright. Here we go. Alright, he is not in the way. Which is good. He won't be affected by it very much, it looks like. Or he won't be hit by it. Per round. I'll take that.
I'll see to it. Another enemy down.
Nice. Wait, I thought I could move. I guess it only gives me an extra attack, not really movement. That's a shame. Alright, in that case.
You never stood a chance.
Alright, good enough. Enemy status. You will encounter enemies with various abilities and features. An icon next to an enemy portrait indicates that they are under the influence of some kind of effect. Click right mouse button on the effects icon to see more details. If you wish to learn more about an enemy, click right mouse button on their portrait. I am aware of that, but is there some reason why it's like that? You know, at first when I saw that, I'm like, I wonder if this means I can use that. If I kill it first, will it kill everyone else around him? But that doesn't seem to be the case. She's got a bolter, which should be able to... it's only going to do so much damage. Alright.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Rookies!
I guess he will get hit by that. Yeah, he will. Alright. In that case, since he's the only guy left, hook a shot. God, I love the sound of bolter fire. It's so good. Alright. And with that guy, I don't think there's anything else that needs doing except maybe an electric... Ooh, maybe not. The problem with using this ability is that it's probably going to get him caught up in it. Or not. Okay. Or maybe it will. Maybe it'll kill this guy, but not the other guy. Anyways, let me try... Oh yeah, that'll do something. Exposes weakness. The operative removes all exploits, dodge, parry, and armor by 15. I think that'll be useful against this guy.
Will do. Was that you? Or...
Two AP. I have 2 AP. What, do I need to be closer? Yeah, I do. It'll kill him, but it won't kill that thing. In that case, I'm just gonna sit here. Hit him with the scream.
anything else?
Did it hit? I couldn't tell. It looks like it did. It's pretty much everything, though. God damn.
I serve the ruinous powers!
I've suffered worse.
You can gain better understanding of what transpired in combat by checking the combat log. All actions performed by your character, their companions, and enemies are recorded in the combat log. Click right mouse button on an event or an action to learn more about it. Combat log. There it is. Deals 12 mental damage to combat servitor. Okay, so it did do something. I like that. Alright. Alright, Abelard. It's time. Let's get in there. Clobber the shit out of him. Let's see. As a matter of fact, I'm going to move you over here. And then you're going to clobber the shit out of him.
Follow my lead.
Only one attack? A little disappointing. Oh well.
Indeed.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be the tank of our party. Alright. I'm pretty much in a good spot, so I don't need to move. All I really need to do is just hit him.
On it.
Nice. %65% chance to hit. What about this gun? Won't do very much. Let's see. I'm gonna move her here. Her chances of hitting are just the same anyways. Alright.
Eradicated.
Prevalent slaughter is available.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'm pretty sure I can only use it once.
I know what
They
is.
do a stack of 3, yeah, it looks like it.
But of course.
Oh, it just wipes the last thing I did. That's annoying.
Will do.
I've faced worse than this.
I did not know I can hit my companions with that. Nice. What happens if I use my regular sword? How much does that do? There's no way that this thing does about the same. No, it doesn't. Okay, good to know. That makes more sense, really. Alright.
Victory is imminent. Reduced to dust.
And we won. Prim is a firearm mastery. The soldier gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to their weapon's rate of fire. Using the weapon attack that normally costs the least AP, these attacks do not spend AP until the end of the soldier's turn. Their first attack against each enemy automatically scores a critical hit. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Choose a talent. Camaraderie. For each adjacent ally, the soldier deals 9% more damage to enemies. Cover efficiency is increased by 10% for full cover and 20% for half cover. Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by 1% until the end of combat. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains 18% more damage for their next attack in the current combat. The soldier gains 6% critical hit chance. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover at the moment of the attack. The soldier gains 6% critical hit chance. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover at the moment of the attack. Complete. I'll take that.
The operative immediately inflicts 1 exploit on all enemies in combat, then makes a free attack against target. The attack always hits until the end of combat. The target of this attack suffers negative 30% penalty to dodge and a negative 30% penalty to armor. Nice. Whenever the operative attacks an enemy that is full wounds, the attack deals 14% more damage to that enemy. Exposed weakness costs 0 AP. Oh, that's nice, actually. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, operative gains +1 and +2 armor penetration. Exposes weakness also reduces enemy's toughness and willpower by 9. That actually is a lot better. Daring Breach. The warrior immediately restores all AP, and MP gains 3+ movement points until the end of the turn. After performing attacks, the warrior has no limit on melee weapon attacks this turn. Content. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against that enemy deals an additional 5+ damage, but it can be reactivated after another attack made by either the same enemy or a different one. Interesting. So attacking the enemy that attacked you first or last. The warrior's melee attack deals 3+ damage to enemies that have no allies in adjacent cell. The warrior's critical damage is increased by 8% against enemies not armed with a melee weapon. The armor, if the warrior has less than 50% wounds, they gain 13% critical hit chance. Is attacked, they gain a +1 stack of Epicenter of Slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the warrior gains 1 temporary wound for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed 5. Cannot exceed 5. One damage deflection. Their parry chance is increased by 25% of the warrior's total armor. These are all really good. I'm going to make him the heavy hitter, though, because I have a feeling that when we get... Because the cover art shows that there's clearly going to be a Space Marine at some point. Might as well make this guy the heavy hitter, then the Space Marine... the heavy hitter. I mean, not the heavy hitter, but the walking tank, basically. Actually, maybe he should be the heavy hitter. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get to it, I guess. But for now, the fact that he deals a lot of damage is pretty nice. I'm going to go with Contempt. Contempt is nice. All right. The soldier deals 9% more damage to enemies. All right. 5% toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. Alright. Grace of the Oblivious. See. You're not going to have the most of intelligence, and you need a toughness more than anyone else, let's be honest. With a seal, esteemed Theodora. Oh, this is that thing from earlier. In our mutual cause, forthwith, upon receiving this letter and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart to the RICAD system. One of my acolytes interrogated Heinrich van Kallax operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will, without delay, make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him passage to the Furibundus system aboard your ship. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Now we head to the bridge. Damn.
The premonition runs true.
Horrific vision is a product of the warp energies that permeate the bridge.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader.
You look dreadful. Theodora von Valancius is dead. I found her and the Archmilitant in her study. You look dreadful.
I am still standing, and I have enough strength in me for one more fight. All that truly concerns me is this. Where is the Lord Captain?
The Lord Captain will not be joining us.
Oh, the rogue trader is dead? No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
Alright, what are my options here? Okay. I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer to the defeat. The ship can still be steered out of the warp, but we must first restore communications between the bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum. I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat.
Words worthy of a righteous soul.
Save the lofty words for later, will you? The Navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
You can see Kunrad Voigtavir, whatever his fucking name is, clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a purulescent glimmer to them.
We are out of time!
Aethelthred bites his knuckle, desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Aethelthred's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. Draw your weapon. Voigtavir, you duplicitous cur. The rogue traitor's death will be avenged. To Aethelthred, that complicates things. To the party, ready your weapons. If we are to die this day, let us die with honor. Ready your weapons. If we are to die this day, let us die with honor.
No. To die altogether is to allow the flame of the dynasty to perish in the dark. No. It will not be like this. Not today. The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the Void Ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Accursed traitor! A time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches toward his death.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
This kind of blows the theory that Aethelthred was a part of it. This is interesting. So then who actually did murder her? Who could it possibly have been? That's interesting. I can't think of anybody else it could have been. It was either him or Aethelthred, but Aethelthred's bleeding out. He didn't even know. And then he's not even... He's just as surprised as we are that she's dead. There's some interesting theory crafting at work here.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Damn, he got turned into a demon.
Your doom has been foretold.
Come to chaos!
That dumbass. Alright. This seems good enough. Let's see how well this goes.
You will encounter enemies with various abilities and features. An icon next to an enemy's portrait indicates that they are under the influence of some kind of effects. To see more details. I'm already aware. I'm actually kind of curious about what it is. Natural armor. This creature's armor depends on the amount of its wounds. If it has more than 70% of its total wounds, it has 55% armor. If it has 70 to 40% of its total wounds, it has 40% armor. Less than 40 its total wounds, it has only 25% armor. It always suffers 20% toxic and fire damage. Toxic and fire damage. Interesting. Why can't I shoot it?
I won't compromise my principles.
The line of sight of the target. Oh, I have to be in the line of sight? Alright, what am I gonna work with here? I'm thinking of using... Let's try burst fire, maybe. Get rid of the ads. Yeah.
I am ready for whatever comes. It's as good as done. Another enemy down.
Nice. Right off the bat, we got some good shit.
I'll make it. Your end was inevitable.
Nice. Alright, we're making good progress here. To use the unique abilities called Heroic Acts for desperate measures, momentum is required. Depending on the actions of your party in combat, the momentum bar will increase or decrease. A high momentum value allows a character to use Heroic Act. A low value grants access to desperate measures. Both abilities can completely change the course of battle, but every party member can either use one or the other, and only once in a single combat. Firearm Mastery. The soldier gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to their weapon rate of fire, minimum of 2, using the weapon attacks that normally cost the least AP. The attacks do not spend AP until the soldier's turn. Until the end of the soldier's turn, their first attack against each enemy automatically scores a critical hit. The soldier immediately reloads their weapon. Let's see. That means I can make shots if I wanted to. I could just pop some off. Alright, I'll try it.
Who if not me?
But first I'm gonna activate that. Now we're gonna activate that. Alright, kill him.
Oh, damn. I'm gonna take it anyways. I think this is a good idea to use, because I'm gonna need it.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it.
Ah, I missed. Alright, that seems to be everything. Okay, let's see here. Why is there a bigger chance to hit him depending on where I shoot? Why does this yield better results? I don't get that. Oh, I see, because if I aim depending on the particular square, the ally's in the way. That actually makes some sense.
I'll do it.
Alright. Alright, let's do it. Two to four. And this is per shot. Nice. Alright. Alright, let's get him, Abelard. Who else is here? Just two more guys, but it's fine. How many turns? Once per combat? For one round. Might want to save it then.
At your beck and call.
Three to four. It wastes less, honestly. I can only do one attack. Okay. Thought there was a different thing for that, but oh well.
Follow my lead.
Oh, these guys are gonna help, huh?
Death to the weak.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Nice.
My prescience has failed me.
Bleeding? You've been inflicted with bleeding, huh? What was everybody else affected with? Also bleeding. by any source of healing. Alright. This is used for allies.
On it. Was that you? Or...
Seven to 16. This technically won't hit him because I have that current ability going, so let's just use it.
Will do.
I've suffered worse.
Or maybe it will. The operative immediately inflicts an exploit on all enemies in combat.
Not this scryer's job.
Oh, they have to be literally in front of me. That's annoying.
Weapon at the ready.
Let's see. I want to shoot that guy.
On it.
At the very least, but I don't think I'll be able to get to him.
I'll make it happen. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
Oh, that bastard.
Who if not me?
And there goes all that. Alright.
am his will made manifest. Doubt is for the weak.
Damn.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Quit missing. Damn it. Five-cell radius. 5-cell radius. I think I didn't expand on that. Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He would be included in that technically.
I'll do it.
Didn't look like it did anything, but it looked. Oh, maybe it did this. Oh, yeah, that's the momentum. Alright. Moving on. I think it did go up a little bit.
I refuse.
Pain
Yeah.
and duty go hand in hand.
Yeah, it's about what I thought.
I will do my duty.
Seven to 11. I'd rather not.
Indeed.
I was kind of hoping there'd be a special ability where you can use both weapons at once, but I'm not seeing that.
I will endure.
Nice.
Mocking me.
Alright. Let me see here. Not that. Actually, wait a minute, hang on. Yeah, it has to be closer, though.
But of course.
Last time I did this, it overwritten the last one.
Will do.
Alright, it didn't. Nice. I'm hoping this isn't going to kill him. Or hit him. Oh, I got him, though. Did not fucking Abelard. That would have been annoying. Alright.
Follow my lead. Stay vigilant.
Mere pain won't stop me.
Alright. This should end it. Damn it. Well, let me use it.
I won't stand for it.
Oh, of course it requires 3. Murder it. Murderize it.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Alright. Gloves of Endurance. Mantle of Heroism. Blade Shard. Mysterious metal that shimmers with unnatural color. So that's probably from Vogdefir or something. Nothing else? Nothing else. Oh boy. Increases the wearer's dodge ability by 20% until the end of combat. Whenever the wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies gain +1 bonus to damage. Okay, we're done here. Now, archetypes. Agility, ballistics. Improves the character's initiative, dodge, chance, and reaction. If a character uses a melee weapon, their dodge reduction is equal to the other. Blah, blah. Make this sucker even better. And then I get to choose another one. Let's see here.
After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains 20% more damage for their next attack. Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by 1% until the end of combat. With non-burst range area of attacks. I'll give you a bit of intelligence. Edge of Fate. Oh, that's an interesting one. Let's see, at the beginning of every combat, the Psyker's allies gain 15% critical hit chance. That's actually pretty nice. The first critical hit removes this effect. Fate Breener. Allies under the effect of at least one psychic power gain additional 7% armor penetration. That's really good, actually. Predicted downfall. The first dodge attempt of every enemy in combat suffers a negative 40% penalty. 14% penalty. Every 9th successful dodge and or parry by the Psyker and their allies combined grants the Psyker 2 plus additional AP on the next turn. When the Psyker uses divination psychic power on an ally without an unnatural luck effect, that ally gains unnatural luck. When the ally suffers critical hit, it becomes a normal hit instead of the unnatural luck effect is removed. Alright. Anyways, the Fate Breener's pretty nice. We're taking that. That's just too good not to use. Alright, now for you, my friend. To enemies that have no allies adjacent. At the start of the turn, the warrior gains 1 temporary wound for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed. I like the thick skin one, I remember. Their parry chance is increased by 25% when the warrior's total armor. Alright. Choose characteristic. Weapon skill. Parry against melee attacks. It also increases chance of scoring critical hit in melee combat. I need a tank. That the soldier gains 18% more damage for their next attack at current combat.
Always keep your eye on the price.
I've been thinking about, with my character, just building them a bit more of a well-rounder. You know, increase more survivability than anything else. So now what? Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. Anyways, so we just defeated the fucking demon, the Chaos Spawn. Adel 3 fucking got owned. You know, I was kind of half expecting something like that would happen. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. So far, it's been going pretty great. All we have to do now is just get to the navigation, or navigator, and, well, no, we already got to the navigator. We got to the psyker specifically, but we just need to be able to contact the navigator from the bridge and be able to initiate the out-of-warp nonsense, so we can finally be out of this ridiculous situation we found ourselves in. Finally. Who knows, maybe Vogdevir or whatever his name is on the other side here too. Probably ready to get fucking destroyed. I'm certainly ready to kill him. Anyways, enough of that said. Thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.